Hey, how's it going? This week I'm going to talk to you about my necklace. A couple of months back, probably 6 months actually, somebody said, "How come you always wear that necklace? What, does that have significance or, you know, something?" And then several people have asked me, "Your necklace," or said to me, "Your necklace is so pretty," and, stuff like that. In the video, I always see it. So I said, I'm going to talk about it one time, and I've gotten several responses or requests like, "How come you haven't told us about your necklace?" Da 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 da. So that's what I'm going to do this week. My necklace came from Lloyd Allen Jewelry Company in Naples, Florida. Lloyd Pakula has been a trusted friend of my family and done jewelry for almost, yeah, I think every member of my family. He designs jewelry and has a shop, and he's an excellent jeweler, and he's a phenomenal dude. Love you, Lloyd. Anyway, I many of you know that I was on drugs for most of my life, and part of that whole life style, selling drugs, has to do with jewelry, wearing jewelry, getting jewelry. A lot of people pawn jewelry. So I always had jewelry. I always, had certain things I really liked, and I always wore my jewelry. Uh, Being on drugs, it's common that people sell their jewelry and don't have jewelry and that kind of stuff. So I was really careful to something you might not know about me is that I worked very hard to not look like a drug addict. First of all, people don't buy drugs from people that use drugs, and so that would be detrimental to my income. And also, I just thought if I could keep it together enough to where I don't look like I'm on drugs, then I could justify that I wasn't that messed up yet and continue to use. That's what addicts do. We try to find every excuse to use and every excuse to say we're not too messed up, because that keeps our addiction going and keeps us rolling. And so that's what I did. Well, 28 years I spent in that lifestyle, and for 98% of that time, I kept all my jewelry, stuff that people had given me, my mother or family members, or just stuff that was valuable to me. And I always had 3 or 4 rings and earrings and a necklace, always, 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 always. Until the last, I would say, 8 months of my addiction. And things had just spiraled so far out of control. I was, selling my food stamps and selling myself and selling my jewelry. And so I sold all my jewelry. And for about a year after I was clean, every time I looked at my hands or I saw old picture of myself, I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I sold my jewelry." And it was just sad to me. It was sad, period. So I said to myself, I'm going to start saving my money to buy myself a necklace. I found this ring that was given to me by a guy I was engaged to years and years ago named Bill, and the stone was missing in it. So I had a stone. I had it replaced with a very inexpensive stone just to have it. So I had it. And then my son Jordan gave me this thumb ring. And so I started wearing it. And then I thought, I'm going to buy myself a necklace, a nice necklace that I can wear all the time. So, of course, they're expensive. And because it's gold, and I didn't really have the money for that. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to save $25 a month. And so for like 3.5 years, I saved $25 a month and more if I could get it, or if I got birthday money or anything. I put it in there. And then I called Lloyd, and I went to see him. And I was able to purchase this necklace and these earrings. And now I wear them all the time, like I used to do with my jewelry before I pawned it to get high. So it's something that I worked hard to get. It's something that reminds me how far I fell, because the fact that I sold the jewelry tells you the level that drug addiction will take you to. No matter how good you are at hiding it, no matter how good you are at not appearing like something's wrong or fooling yourself or holding on to your jewelry or whatever it is, that little commitments you've made to yourself, drug addiction will take everything from you eventually. It's the truth. And so it reminds me of that, but it also reminds me of all the things that God is willing and able to restore to us if we will be obedient to Him. My life is obedient to Christ. I'm not going to say that I'm perfect or I don't do anything wrong. I'm sure that I do, but there is no known conscious sin in my life. I do my very best to be honest and upstanding and faithful and exercise and eat right and do all the things that make me the kind of person who is valuing myself, valuing my body, valuing my relationship with God. And my life is good and my life is different. And God has restored to me so many much more important things than jewelry. My relationships with my children, phenomenal relationships with my grandchildren, my parents. I have 11,500 books in circulation. 10,000 of them, no, probably 8,000 of them are in jails and prisons and will be read until the pages are falling out. That means 150,000 people will read my book this year that are incarcerated alone. That's phenomenal. That's better than this jewelry, believe me. But the jewelry is a reminder to me that you're never too far gone and that God will restore to you everything that the enemy robbed you of if you'll keep your life where it needs to be. So that's what my necklace is about, and that's what the blog this week is about. Have a great week of hope and restorative power, because God can do anything. Love you guys.